Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer and we are playing Hearts of Iron 4, playing as the Empire of Japan. We are in a very tough war against the United States. We've landed over here, we've expanded our holdings from California basically, and we are trying to push out. So in between episodes I did go ahead and reorganize our groups a little bit. So this group now is the main Californian group, and the reason for that is that this gentleman here has the logistics wizard trait. He's also a little bit better in supply consumption reduction than our original field marshal. So that is why we exchanged basically these groups, and we now have the California group consisting of 5 armies, the 1st, 2nd and 3rd Japanese army and the 2nd and 3rd Manchukuo army, which are dealing basically in this area. So we should see that very soon. The supply consumption here should be much better than it is today, and that will give us some benefit. There's a drawback in that these plans here are not quite as useful as they used to be. They will not be gaining some experience quite as fast, but I think that should be alright. We've also set up our strategic air map mode quite aggressively, so we have now 1,000 aircraft over here watching the west coast, and we have about 200 planes over the Rocky Mountains, so hopefully that is going to be okay. Other than that, we have pushed up a little bit into here. We are trying to hold down in this area down here. We are mainly trying to conquer Nevada and the rest of California, so I think we are advancing in some locations down here. Where are you guys going? Did I just see someone take a very weird route? You, why are you going down there? Let's try to bring you up over there. And you guys are advancing into here. Well, that's fine. Let's try to break one of you into here as well. Good. Over here we have beaten back these guys, so that's very promising. I also noticed that some of these American divisions are streaming towards this area, so that might be a very nice chance to take on some of these guys. Let's also attack into here, try to pin them down and bring them up a little bit more closely, and that should be okay. Also in between episodes I did go ahead and assign a lot more of these divisions to be anti-aircraft divisions, simply because we have been bombed here quite a bit, as we should be able to see over here. So yeah, we've been bombed over the last month 600 times. That's quite dramatic. We are shooting down enemy bombers and support aircraft by AA, but I would like that to be a little bit stronger. We've also started to construct some raid installations over here in between episodes. That being said, there is another thing that I would do, and that is we would like to find out whether there are some British or American ships down here in Ibiza. So we are going to take all of these aircraft carriers, and we are going to ask your naval bombers, not your fighters, not your fighters, just your naval bombers, to indeed go ahead and do port strikes over here. And let's see whether we do get any result over there. We are still on low supplies in some of these regions, specifically down here. And I do think you are coming up here. Okay, that's good. Let's bring you up there a little bit more aggressively, and likewise you we will be sending over here via railroad. And I think, yeah, there are some counterattacks there by the Americans, but all in all we are doing fine. We're being counterattacked over here. This battle is surprisingly enough going seemingly quite well actually, so that's pretty good to see. Also this attack up here seems to be going splendid, so that's fine and good to see. Right, we have advanced into here. You are supporting that attack, that's okay. Yeah, and all in all down here, this is a tough battle, but it seems like we are breaking the enemy there, so that is much appreciated. And I notice no one is over here, so let's try to break. Let's take you guys, and I would actually like to take an AA gun as well. So let's bring 3 divisions up here, try to establish ourselves over there in this little bit of Arizona, and that should be okay. So nothing to be seen so far over there. Still, that's okay. Yeah, we are being attacked down here, but really let's try to do a counterattack, see whether we can do any good stuff down here. They do have a lot more damage. They are doing more damage than we do, is what I mean to say. We do have a bit of reserves, but our organization is actually much stronger, so let's try to see what happens once they lose. Yeah. We're not really doing more damage than they are, so actually I don't think that's a good idea to continue there. But it should be okay. You're getting over there. Can I railroad you somehow there? We do have automatic decryption. Since we have established a lot more AA, I think it's worthwhile to upgrade our AA ammunition a little bit, so that should be okay. And let's bring you over here. Good. Right. So, in America, we have captured this area, and I think we just overran a couple of divisions here. So that's actually very nice to see. Let's see whether we can break the enemy in this region just by attacking from a couple of multiple directions. I think all in all we're doing much more damage than they are over here. We are doing about 300 damage, they are doing 100. They have twice our numbers, but all in all that does mean that we should outdamage them pretty significantly actually. The first army is getting into position. They are reorganizing a little bit down here. This army is back on track. We are bringing in a lot more forces over there, so that's okay to see. And we are actually attacking into here, but they are committing to this piecemeal, so I'm very happy about that. Also, we can see over here, this is one of the few American armored divisions, and they are being pierced by our AA guns, so that's very nice to see. Of course, historically, AA guns were used quite a bit by land forces. What's this? So we have spotted some American ships up here. Just destroyers, but for now I think that's okay. Let's try to sink more of these guys. Down here everything is fine. You're being attacked, but you are streaming ahead. Let's bring you guys up over here. And you're coming into there, so that's okay as well. Wait a minute, what is this? This is stupid. Good, okay. Right, first army. And over here this attack seems to be failing, unfortunately. Well, that's really a pity. We really would have liked to commit over there. Can we commit into this desert terrain or these mountains? We might be able to do that. We should also try to push. You're going up there, okay. How about all of you try to push into here? That should be enough. Let's support this attack so that we have more attack vectors and we should be able to overwhelm them. There we go, that's nice. Now you can stay here. That's a stupid attack. And this, my friend, is a stupid attack as well. We have a couple of unassigned divisions, 2 marine divisions, which always is nice. Let's bring them into the second army over here, and you are going to be part of the fast army. That's fine. It's not too much. Right, more port strike results. Yeah, so as I expected, the Americans do have some forces over here. We are seeing the USS Nevada, a couple of light cruisers. We are losing some aircraft. It's not actually that much, so I think that is a very good trade. Our other carrier group is over here, trying to guard against any American attack over there. So the front over here has stabilized, unfortunately, a little bit. We are being attacked over here, but you know what? Since they had... Well, still, I mean, we are doing more damage than they are, so I think we might continue with this attack, even though we are not really sure whether we will be able to do anything over there in the long term. Did just manage to win over here, so that's nice to see. This attack will not be going anywhere. And I sincerely expect that this one won't either. Okay, we are over here, so we have captured a little bit more of Nevada. Long term, what we do want is the steel over here, and we are at more or less 0 steel, so that is to be considered. We could attack into this desert right away. Let's actually rest you up. Take these guys, attack into there, and bring up one of these guys just to expand the front line. You can see we are doing enormous amounts of damage over here. 1,000. That's really hefty. These guys should be dropping like flies, and they do. So that's lovely to see. Okay, you can stay where you are. You're being attacked, you're being counterattacked, that's alright. Now we're losing some steel, that's not quite as great. And we do know about an American division over here, interesting. And some naval battles down here. It's even an American carrier fleet, but a very small one, so I don't think it's too relevant. How are things looking up here? So there is a naval battle over there. Let's try to grab some of our cruisers and bring you up into this region just to participate in that battle, really. How are you guys doing? You are actually fine, my friends. So let's combine you up with this fleet. Well, maybe not this fleet. Maybe this fleet? No? This fleet? Yes. So you combine. That's fine. And you can split off these two guys. And you'll be combining with that one. A little bit of a mix and match, but all in all, that shouldn't take too long. Good. Yeah, so this battle down here, really, you should stop there for a second. Let's try and bring up these guys. Maybe they'll be doing a little bit better. They're not really doing great. The American defensive pattern is holding out pretty strongly. Let's look at the supply situation. We're actually doing fine on supplies for the very first time over here. So it's good that we did make these changes as we discussed, specifically with the new group down there. You are advancing, that's cool, and maybe we can advance into here as well. Yeah, well, not quite. But, you know, sooner rather than later we might exhaust them. We also have a couple of free dockyards, and I do think it's time to organize a new light cruiser. We have, of course, focused very heavily on our torpedo cruisers, but I do think it would be nice to get a new model of light cruiser. It's going to get the best engine, it's going to get some armor, it's going to get dual-purpose guns because these are extremely good, and it's going to be a light cruiser, so it's going to get a light battery. Of course, it's going to get good anti-air artillery, it's going to get a good sonar, radar, and it's going to get a sonar, boy. So it's a general fleet light cruiser. So it's not doing great, but it should be okay. We will give it some torpedo launches, just because that is an amazing thing to have. Some more secondary battery, I think, some anti-submarine warfare capabilities, and all in all that is already a fairly good design. Would like some more light attacks, so let's actually pick not a medium gun, a dual. I would like to get at least 25 light attack because that will allow us to sink first generation destroyers in one go. So that's pretty nice. Light piercing is also pretty good. Torpedo attack is good. Depth charges are nice. And I do think we will need more anti-air against any potential enemies. So yeah, I think this is a very good light cruiser. Generally very good. The reason I'm going for depth charges is because ultimately we suspect that the Americans might end up in war against the Germans at some point. So let's actually pick the names of cities, because why not? No, it's a little bit too prestigious, isn't it? So let's go for mythology, and that's alright. There we go. Save. Fine. And here we go. Okay, it has an unglamorous name. We should really rename that. So never mind. Okay. Never mind. So you also cost 50. That's a little bit unfortunate. I would have hoped that at some point we would be saving up some money in this regard. So yeah, producing a couple of these. So one more, two more, three more. That should be enough, shouldn't it? No, one more. Okay, there we go. And of course, we're going to move these convoys down with a very low priority. And that should deal with this yada yada stuff. Good. Okay, so we will be getting some new cruisers over here. That's fantastic. We are pushing up here into Northern California. That's good as well. We are being attacked over here, interestingly enough. But yeah, they should be dropping in their organization rather rapidly, so that's good as well. And we might take some of you guys and attack into here. Are we doing enough damage? Well, maybe. Let's see. I don't know. But yeah, over here we are pushing more strongly into Nevada. At some point we will get that steel. And let's also make sure that we are repairing any important infrastructure. Oaxaca, that sounds a little bit Mexican, so let's prioritize that. California, Arizona. At some point all of that infrastructure will get repaired. I'm fairly confident of that. Not so confident of this attack here though, so let's try to rearrange that. You should also not attack, you guys might. 77, that looks much better. Yeah, there we go, come on. Yeah, good stuff. Alright, ooh, look at that. Free area, and you're advancing into another area. You are as well. That's interesting. All of these guys are withdrawing, as are you. So yeah, let's at least make sure to advance into this bit of Arizona. And over here, honestly, this attack, I'm not sure that it does go anywhere, but this attack up here, we should definitely try to support. Again, we really just want the most of California that we can grab feasibly. Come on, guys, just attack. There we go, much better. And if we can kick out one of these guys, yeah, soon the others might follow. Alright, naval results. So, over here, we got in our torpedo cruisers. We did quite watch the battle, but we can see that they damaged a lot of enemy ships, including the USS Nevada was sunk. Who sunk the Nevada though? Nevada. I don't see it. It might have been a German one. No, it was actually an aircraft, apparently. Well, there we go. A Hungarian aircraft sinking the USS Nevada. Interestingly enough, still a carrier sunk USS Hannock, light cruisers, destroyers, battleships, good stuff. We, in turn, didn't even take any damage, so that is certainly nice to see. Let's make sure you are engaging, and you are, so let's bring you into this port over here and set you up towards a strike force mission. Because at some point we might be able to spot this fleet, which is going to be a remnant, and you should sally forth to try and capture these guys. It's a submarine fleet, interesting. Resistance to occupation, that should hopefully be solved very soon. We are getting some new forces into there, so that's okay. You are advancing there. You have stopped. You haven't. So you know what? Let's try to bring our forces to bear over here. That should be good enough. I have a lot of divisions over here. Over 12 divisions. But we did make it over there, so let's try to attack here as well. Yeah, that's a very good attack actually, so happy about that. So now they do have 12 divisions over here. Let's think about that for a second. We don't know how many they have over there. Oh, we might as well find out, so let's try to break through over there as well. And you guys can certainly support an attack over there. It's two different armies, but I think that might be fine. So 37 divisions over here. Still, you know what? They might be able to succeed. So let's try to break through. And over here it's 99% victory. So that is a very sure victory over here. And if we get this, then we might be able to... So if we are taking them out faster than they can reinforce, I think we might be good. So 5 divisions, 3 divisions on the front line, 1 division. There we go. Good stuff. So that now means if I take half of you and advance into up here, we might at least be able to block these guys from reinforcing this position down there. And over here we are advancing anyway, so that's good to see. Let's try to bring the motorized division to the front. You are advancing, good. to see that. You're advancing nice. Very good. And I do hope that Nevada is going to give us that sweet steel very soon. We're advancing into some pieces of California quite nicely, so let's continue pushing here. I think you can push. I think you might be supported from two sides. 42%, that's not great. But we might be able to fill more Frontline if I bring another blue division into this fight. 160, yeah, well, we have a lot of reserves. Okay, let's stop this attack, it's pointless. But you are getting up there, so that's good. Let's take a brief look at the situation in Mexico. So the blue army has arrived, and that means I can take the 2nd Special Naval Landing Forces and actually delete this front line, because I don't think I need you here, I don't think I even want you here. So that's the 2nd Fast Army. So Naval front line, you guys should garrison, yes, I'm aware, this area please. So around San Salvador. So yeah, you're coming down here, that's okay, so you're going to be withdrawing from that front, and I think that's okay. Good! All in all, it would be extremely nice now to bomb these guys, so we could encircle all of them down here. Still, with the Americans being as strong as they are, it somehow doesn't feel like we'll be able to break through, to achieve any great breakthroughs and anything like that. More port strike results over here, interestingly enough. And we did sink the USS Ticonderoga, which was actually the pride of the fleet. So that is a very, very nice result over here from our land-based naval bombers. And I'm extremely happy about that result. On the other hand, down here we are seemingly not doing that much anymore. So let's actually withdraw from this patrol and at the eastern Mediterranean. You guys. At this area. Thank you. Good. You are tasked to patrol. You, I want to be in this area so we can bomb Cyprus. And you guys, I want to be in Alexandria, presumably, so that you can intercept any hostile fleets. Good. Over here, what are you doing? Okay, you guys need to stop trying to take care of this area. You. Stop it. Okay? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Good. It's a little bit irritating that sometimes you need to do a right click and sometimes you need to do a left click. But all in all, it's okay. Good. We've been continuously attacked over here, but let's try to withdraw some of these forces. And that should again be okay. Spotted any... Yeah, over here we are doing fine now. This is a very nice push, I have to say, by the 3rd Manchukuo Army. Nearly all of California under our control. And very clean pushes here into Nevada as well. Indeed, you guys should definitely try to attack into here. And that does leave you with a nice attack plan over there. So are we getting the steel? Not yet, not yet. 70 steel. Oh, but we do have some free military factories. And that's always appreciated because we are critically low on artillery pretty much all of the time. So let's try to produce more of that. Good. Which will again require more steel, and there is a little bit of a balance to be made in that regard. Guys, you can advance. And you guys can actually support this attack. Just going extremely badly, but if we can kick them out of battle faster than they can reinforce, you know what, that's a good result. How about I take half of you onto an attack over here? 34%. So they have about the same number of divisions, but ours are doing twice as much damage, so that certainly is welcome. You... I don't know where you're going. Try to support this attack. 25 divisions in reserve. Oh my, they have still this enormous amount of troops. Should I find honestly quite scary at sometimes. Okay, you guys from Phoenix can try to advance over here. Sorry about the noise. Still that's looking good down here. And up here you are advancing, great. 42 divisions. 42 divisions of the Americans. That's brutal, if you ask me. Okay, some of you are advancing into here? Yeah, you are. You're defending down there. Maybe you should go over there as well. And you're all coming over there as well, so that's pretty good. Would be great if we could overrun some of their forces, but I don't think that's quite possible right now. Recon companies done in a couple of days. Port strikes. Look at that. Look at this. 5 carriers. 4 British, 1 American. 15 light cruisers, 9 battleships, 71 destroyers. This is a very, very scary force, actually. Do I want to even stay over here with just a couple of ships? So what have we got? 8 capital ships, a couple of light cruisers. You are over there, trying to defend. That's okay. You are doing some recon. We might want to send you towards patrol. And you don't have accessible regions. I don't know why, though. It's probably too far away for you. Right, how about the Marines down here? You know what? Some of these Marines seem to be doing fine, so we might as well... Florida coast. We might as well start a couple of these naval invasions now. I think all in all you guys are doing more or less fine. So let's try to find out what we can do down there. Down here everything is holding out? Yeah, you are. Good stuff. How about the situation up over here in Arizona? And Arizona we seem to be doing... Okay, you are rebalancing yourself. So that's good. How about you guys? Especially from the 1st Army. Can I take you... Where do we think these Americans are withdrawing? They are withdrawing over here. So we might as well send you up over there. Can I do anything with you? No, I cannot. So that's okay. And let's send one of you here as well. 56%. Good. Let's also bring out the motorized division over there so that we might be able to do some overruns. And that's okay. Good. 4%. How many divisions have they got? 23. Still would be so nice to cut them off. Are you advancing into this empty terrain? You are. So that's okay. Let's send you up over there. Supported by an attack from over here. Yeah, it's not that many divisions up there actually. And at some point... Oh, we didn't get an overrun. That's very nice. Let's attack into there. Yeah. At some point we will be getting the California infrastructure back online. Unread port strikes. We are not doing a lot of damage, I have to admit. Okay, so actually both of you doing port strikes. Focus on the day, please. That might be doing a little bit better. Good. Alright, things down here are going fine. Sending out a lot of Marines. And over here we are conquering more territory. Always nice to see. Let's try to push up there as well. Recon company done. Nice to see. Let's continue our research into various companies, and I do think engineers do make some sense. So there we go. You haven't been able to break through over there. Why are you going there? That's silly. You really should be focusing on this area though. So let's try to focus you down. It's probably not going to go anywhere, but if it would be an extremely good result because we'd be cutting off all of these forces. Well, we'll have to see. You are not withdrawing, so that at least is good. Some structure up here. You guys are all expanding, good. How does the air situation look like over the last over the last month? So they have still about 29 bombers. So over the last 30 days or so, we lost 7 fighters. They lost 12. They also lost about 50 bombers. A lot of them by AA now, so that certainly is a good result. And over here in the Rocky Mountains, they don't have any fighters. They have some bombers apparently. Still, we shot down 2 enemy bombers, so that's nice. Still, our troops were bombed a little bit. Still, I do think if we look at our bombers... Well, firstly, if we look at our bombers, we might be sending you over here. And if we do look at our fighters, we might be sending 200 more over the Rocky Mountains. Just to extend the pressure there a little bit. Okay, you are advancing into these 2 areas. Let's advance over there. Who's attacking over here? I don't quite understand. You're doing fine. So we might be able to get... Yeah, so I think with all of this we will be having all of Nevada fairly soon. We should actually see that, yeah, we have the duty now to repair the infrastructure there as well. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Let's see whether we can't be producing some convoys at the very least to get rid of that. Are these port strikes doing anything? Not quite. What's happening over here? Now they are doing counter strikes against us. Still, I wanna continue bombing them over there because they're pretty sure to fall down a little bit flat on their faces. You are reinforcing that defense, so that's okay. Let's try to break into here. Do a little bit of side attack against them. And you gentlemen can attack into these mountains. There are not that many people there, so that's okay. Let's advance. Good. Well, you failed. Let's take this half of the front line and send them down there. Might be able to do some success down there. We'll see. You were not able to fight these guys off, so let's actually do that a little bit differently and try to push against them here. That's 24 divisions. That's such a juicy target over there. You don't just try to expand into regions that are not guarded at all. 10 divisions on their side. Right. I would really like to get the area up here, mainly because of this deal. And we should be able to see that we are conquering a lot of that stuff fairly soon actually, so let's wait a second over here with the before we are ending up the episode. A harvest. Whoa, 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 whoa. You. Advance. You don't, but you can attack here primarily so that these guys do get pinned down, and up over here we do need to pin them down as well, so send 2 of you and 1 of you there. So yeah, these guys are pinned down, these guys are pinned down for a second as well, while these guys are trying to capture this terrain, and that would cut them off down here. We're also making some progress over here, so that's nice. Some stuff up here, good to see. General progress, I would say. We are slowly but surely eating our way into the into the USA. But really, we are not doing much damage against these guys down here. On the other hand, they are doing damage against us. So, you know what? We're gonna withdraw you from over here. So let's take the torpedo fleet. Withdraw you from here. And we will be we will be basing you, I do think, over here in the Caribbean. So let's add that region. And let's send all of the task forces here, although I'll be doing that in between episodes. So, that being said, our logistics are looking fine. We are still lacking a lot of artillery, even though we are producing quite a ton of that. We're also producing quite a bit of naval stuff as well now with these new light cruisers. So I'm very happy about that result. You guys actually do need to train up as well. So let's send you towards the training mission. And that should be okay as well. And you sir need to be repaired. Good. So good progress in California. Some very nice progress in Nevada. Arizona is still a little bit on the fence. And not that much progress against the Mexicans actually. But on the other hand, we are also landing in a lot of these Caribbean places. So that is certainly nice to see. And we will be structuring some new attacks down on these next islands. So on Bermuda, on the Bahamas, and ultimately onto the American continental states. So, thank you very much for watching guys, and I hope you enjoyed this series. So if you did, do leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.